Hello, I'm Troy Gorda, President of Greater Springfield Democrats. Today, we begin a series of videos to introduce you to the fine array of candidates appearing on your Sangamon County ballot. We call our series Living Room Candidates, hoping that my living room can substitute for yours while we socially distance and maintain safety and health. Today's candidate is Nick Dodson, running for Sangamon County Board, District 25. Please welcome Nick. Greetings, Nick. Thank you for taking part in our video series.
Hey, thanks for having me, Troy.
So why don't you, would you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. My name's Nick Dodson. I'm running for Sangamon County Board in District 25. If you'd like to check me out, it's electnickdodson.com. I'm a 36-year-old man living in Springfield, Illinois that grew up in a working class family in Jacksonville. Was born and raised a musician, an entrepreneur, food and beverage hospitality professional, and I've been in middle management pretty much my whole life. My most recent job led me to leaving it due to seeing workplace exploitation and the mistreatment of work and file employees. So I thought it was just kind of time for me to consider an alternative option as well.
Well, that's very interesting. I mean, with that kind of background, is that what led you into politics? What led you to deciding to run for office?
Sure. So I had a lot of friends, family, local central Illinois activists, people that I love a lot, talk to me about considering doing it. And one day, to be completely honest, I was online and the Sangamon County Democrats page shared that there were 109 of 125 seats unopposed. And that hit me as like, that's such a huge number. Unopposed in our county, where the capital is. That's crazy. So I messaged the page and said, hey, here's my address. Is there anything I might be able to do? I had lunch with a couple of the folks over there, and the rest is history.
So could you tell us a little bit about the county board office you're running for and the responsibilities you'll inherit when you take office?
Sure. So the county board does a lot more than I think people realize. It deals with millions and millions of dollars in discretionary spending. So for instance, it deals with the animal control. It deals with the Department of Public Health. It deals with zoning businesses. It does a lot of behind the scenes things that a lot of people don't, I think, realize that are super, super important. And having another voice with a new perspective on the board, I think, is really important. And I could bring something new to the table.
Huh. So along those lines, what are the biggest differences between you and your opponent?
So, to be completely honest, I don't know much about my opponent. I do know that he's been in office for, I believe, around 13 years. I know I'm a totally new set of eyes, ears, and thoughts and perspectives I could bring to the table. And just having a new perspective, I think, is important. And if somebody's been doing the same job for a long time, sometimes it's good to have somebody new. So here I am.
Well, that's very interesting. Along those lines, when you take office, what changes are you looking to implement?
There's a lot of different changes I think we could make in Sangamon County. One specific one that comes to mind is about the contract between the city and the county for animal control. There's a lot of mismanagement going on. I don't think there's a lot of transparency going on. And I think that's something I want to personally bring to the table. Also, another thing that's going on in our county is the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office don't wear cameras. I think that's ludicrous and I think that's ridiculous. This day and age, we know that it's a liability. We know it's not too expensive. So those are two things that I can immediately say I would talk about.
Those are very interesting points, which leads me to wonder, how do you plan to work with other board members to achieve those goals?
Sure. So I've got a lot of different relationships with many people on the county board, from having lunch with one of them to I actually used to serve one as a server to almost buying a house or a property from one. So, there's a lot of different relationships I have with people on the county board already. And I'm willing to meet and nurture relationships with anyone to get to know them better, to make progress. There's no reason that we should gridlock on anything. There's too many great ideas out there. We are greater than I, and it's simple as that.
That's true. We are greater than I, and I want to thank you for taking part in this video series. I'm Troy Gorda, President of Greater Springfield Democrats.
And I'm Nick Dodson, running for Sangamon County Board in District 25, and I want to encourage you to get out and vote early on September 24th and vote by mail as well. Thanks.
Thank you.